What is up, Pittsburgh Steelers fans? It's your old friend IndyCar Timm here with your Black and Gold Daily Blitz. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. As the Steelers kind of lay an Easter egg on Christmas. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing or not. It is Kansas City Chiefs post game on Christmas Day. Welcome into the show. Welcome into the network here on FanStream Sports. You can find all of our great stuff at fanstreamsports.com on the FanStream Sports mobile app, free for iOS and Android. Download it today. Or, of course, FanStream Sports TV, our YouTube channel, where you probably are watching right now, if indeed we welcome you in here. The Steelers, 3-game losing skid, and they have not looked good in any of those 3 games, and you are slumping at the worst possible time. If you are the Steelers, as the playoffs just right around the corner. 3 weeks ago, the Steelers had just an absolute perfect shot at the division. You still had a shot at the number 1 overall seed in the AFC 3 weeks ago. Now here we are, not so much. At 10-6, 3-game losing skid. You just fell 29-10 to the team that clinched the number 1 overall seed in the AFC, the Chiefs, who improved to 15-1. And that 29-10 score, don't know that it was that close even. Just all sorts of things going wrong for Mike Tomlin's team. As Patrick Mahomes threw for 320 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Chiefs locked up the top seed in the AFC for the 4th time in 7 seasons on Christmas Day, no less, against the Steelers. The 2-time defending Super Bowl champions ran out to an early 13-point lead and were never really threatened by the Steelers. They just could not get anything going. As again, that chance to win the North rapidly fading, as here on Wednesday afternoon, the Baltimore Ravens lead the Houston Texans on the 2nd game of the Netflix Christmas doubleheader, 17-2, and the Texans offense has nothing. They scored a safety, the defense did. Nothing for the Ravens, so the Ravens, barring any unforeseen comeback here by the Texans, are going to advance to 11-5 here. In just a few hours. Mahomes, his touchdowns were to Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson. Kansas City's defense did most of the rest with, of course, Chris Jones sitting out, nursing a calf injury. Russell Wilson sacked 5 times, forced 2 turnovers. And, this is what happens to teams, I guess, who just don't know your identity. I'm talking about the Steelers. The way the season started with Russell Wilson on the bench, coming back from the calf injury. Justin Fields just never really looked like a leader on the field to me. And I thought for sure when Wilson got healthy, and I think he did for a while, he came in and he was a leader. Not that he's not a leader now. I can't put my finger on where this team is falling apart. Actually, I can. I do have blame here to place, and I would love for you guys to tell me if I'm way off, if you think I'm off, if you think I'm right on. The offense is what has struggled all season, correct? Correct. No matter who was under center, the offense has struggled all season. I will place 90% of the blame for this 3-game skid and for the just the inconsistency this season on offense on your offensive coordinator. I don't know who else to blame it on other than Arthur Smith, right? It's maddening sometimes to watch. And this team is better than this. This team has proven to be better than this. If you want to say the defense fell apart today, allowing 29 points to the Chiefs, who do not have the most potent, then fine. I get it. The defense wasn't great today either. The Chiefs were playing for the third time in 11 days. Yet the Steelers were the ones that looked gassed all day long. Travis Kelce caught 8 passes for 84 yards. He became the third tight end in NFL history to reach 1,000 catches, joining Hall of Famers Tony Gonzalez and Jason Witten. Kelce sealed Kansas City's 5th straight victory with a 12-yard touchdown early in the fourth quarter. Of course, he dunked the ball over the goalpost, which you can't do anymore. He got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Of course, groans from the capacity crowd at Acrisure Stadium, of course. Mahomes is now 4-0 against the Steelers with 17 touchdowns and 1 interception against that vaunted steel curtain defense. Russell Wilson threw for 205 yards for Pittsburgh. George Pickens finished with 3 catches, 50 yards after missing 3 games with his hamstring injury. Wasn't nearly enough for the Steelers, who now have gone 0-3 against a brutal 3-game stretch against Super Bowl contenders Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Kansas City. Maybe nothing more troubling than the losses is the way they played out. The Steelers have lost each game by at least 14 points. And now you could start the playoffs on the road after playing fast and loose with the 2-game division lead they had just 3 weeks ago. And now you're facing the possibility, no, you're facing the probability of starting the playoffs on the road in the wild card round. Mahomes looked like his ankle was just fine. He led the Chiefs to touchdowns on their first 2 drives, finding Worthy in the flat for a 7-yard score, and then Watson in the back corner of the end zone to make it 13-0 after that ridiculous missed extra point because Xavier Worthy's dumb touchdown celebration made it a 48-yard extra point after the first touchdown. That was just funny but ridiculous. For pulling his shirt up to show a imaginary gun. That's what they called him for. I don't know, whatever. I get keeping the gun thing out of the NFL, but come on, guys. The Steelers drew to within 6 twice at 13-7 and 16-10, but really never had the ball with a chance to take the lead in the second half. The Chiefs spent most of the first 3 months of the season squeaking by with their wins, winning on the last play of the game several times on just the most unlikely of manners. But against the Steelers on Christmas Day, they were able to just methodically pull away, inexplicably pull away from this defense. Kareem Hunt ran in from 2 yards on the first snap of the fourth quarter to make it 22-10. Pat Freiermuth then fumbled on Pittsburgh's next possession as Nick Bolton fell on it, and Mahomes needed just 4 plays to float a pass to Kelce to put the game out of reach. And there is your Christmas Day, boys and girls. I certainly hope your Christmas went swimmingly, other than watching the Steelers fall to the Chiefs in the early Christmas Day celebration. By the way, if you guys watched the game, I was all over social media during the game, and all I heard was complaint after complaint after complaint about the Netflix stream, because we had this with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing a few weeks ago in Dallas, as the streaming service was not functioning properly, causing a lot of irate Netflix customers. I was seeing much of the same thing on social media today during the game. I didn't have any issues where I am. Let me know if you guys had issues with the stream. Would love to hear you in the comment section here on our YouTube channel. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, head over to FanStream Sports on the YouTube machine. Find the video, and I would love to hear your comments on it. A couple of ways I want you to comment here. I want you to comment on if you had any streaming issues with Netflix. I would also love to hear your thoughts on where the Steelers go in the postseason this year. Just whatever you think. You can say out in the wild card, they win a wild card, out in the division, out in the AFC Championship, out in the Super Bowl, or they win everything. Whatever you think, whatever you're seeing right now after this 3-game skid, I implore you to tell me where you think we are, because I will use those comments in a future video as we enter the playoffs here. So I want to hear all of that from all of you. And I will give all of my guesses, my predictions at that time when I do that specific video on all of this. But I want to hear yours first, so we can use that in a future video here on the Black and Gold Daily Blitz. That's going to do it for us. I've got stuff to eat here on Christmas evening and finish watching Ravens Texans and cross my fingers and cross my toes for a Texans comeback here. We appreciate everybody tuning in here. Find me on social media at IndyCar Timm on X, Threads, BlueSky, Instagram. Find me on Facebook. Everywhere you think I might be, I'm probably there. That's what my publicist tells me. I'm probably everywhere. So enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Happy New Year, boys and girls. And until next time, we'll see you.